Hey, good morning. I'm Jason, and I'll be your guide for today, or whatever you call it. I will be here for 1/2 hour and working on my morning ritual for guitar growth. And I invite you to join me. Yes, I do. Do you remember this? I don't know if you remember this or not. I'll come back to it. But this was Guitar World in 1989. $295 USD and $350 in Canada. So it's backwards, I know. But here's Reb Beach and Vito Bratta from White Lion. This is from Vito Bratta from White Lion and Reb Beach from Winger. And of course, you probably know Mr. Wild from Ozzy's work. But that's what he looked like in '89. And I woke up this morning for some reason. I'm not sure why, but I had Shot in the Dark by Ozzy Osbourne in my mind for some reason. Shot in the dark, didn't beat it in one step away from. Something like, I forget now, but we'll come back to it. Let's go ahead and get yipping and yodelady hooing. And let's get started. I think it's just one of those mornings where we just start a little bit easy. And you know why I'm saying that, don't you? Because it's one of those mornings where I'm starting a little bit easy. And that's about all there is to that, I guess. Let's see if we can sustain the live stream today without going over the top. Good morning, Kevin. Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Haas. Good morning, Mr. G. And catchy tune. Oh yeah, very catchy tune. That's a great, I thought about doing like a fingerstyle version of it, and it's that catchy. Morning, Lex. Jeremy Fry's back. Good morning. Caught you before work. I had Tamaro Petty come to me last night picking honeybee. Oh, Tom Petty, a little natural honeybee. Yeah, right. How does that go? Give me some sugar, my little natural little honeybee. Don't mean nothing about what you've done. Down, 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 baby. I've got something to say. That would usually be, I've got something to say. Yeah, something like that. We'll just pretend that we didn't do that this morning. But let's go ahead and get involved with the old the old warm-up, shall we? Let's give it the old two-step. Let's get the two-stroke going. You can hear it putting along. It's like we're going to bore a hole through the ice. You know what I mean? Just letting the motor warm up so that we don't break anything. And it's two-cycle engine, so the oil is in the gas, and you can smell it a half-mile away. So you know when somebody probably smell it a ways away. So let's go ahead and start with 1, 2, 3, 4. As you know, if you are here and you feel like just that this is a bunch of garbage, and that's okay. You know, I can't help how you feel, and you know, it is what it is. But if you're here and you think it's a bunch of garbage and you think you're going to stick it out anyway, and you want a strategy to figure out how to stick it out, even if I'm going too slow for you, then you could go at your own speed. You could play, you know, you could do all of these speed techniques that you want, but I'm going to either go at like, you know, 1 and 2 and T and 4 and 1 and 2, or triple it, 1 2 T, 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 or 1 2 3 4 1 2 T, 1 and 2 and T and 4 and 1 and 2 and 2 E and a T E and. So it's up to you. You can even practice this with one beat per one attack per beat too. So there's no problem here. If you want to stick around, you are more than welcome to stick around. We're going to talk about some guitar warm-up things. We're going to talk about a little bit about a guitar giveaway. We have a guitar giveaway going on right at the moment. You know, the deadline is March 16, and you know, we may or may not give it away. We've got to meet a quota before we can do that. I haven't deemed exactly what's going to be. I'll give you all of the details once we get there, right? But stay tuned for that. You'll want to be around for that for sure. But we're working the downstrokes and then maybe the upstrokes, only the upstrokes, because I got thinking last night, you know, or this morning, or probably this morning, I'm thinking more about, you know how when you explore a new guitar and a new amp and, you know, a new setting that doesn't necessarily work, it doesn't necessarily drive, you know, right away. So let's go ahead and do the 1 2 3 stretch 4, and we'll go ahead and do that. And of course you could do eighth notes. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. And do you need me to tell you fine? Do you need an external motivator? No, you don't. Do you need me to tell you you need an external motivator, or you don't need one? No, you don't. But here's what I'm doing, and if you wanted to do, you know, eighth notes or 2 attacks per beat, that's fine. If you want to do 1 attack per beat, that's also, you know, it's going to move the dial. We don't have to fear. The only thing I have to fear is not getting with the guitar, because the guitar, like, you know, like tradecraft or, you know, work in the firing range. It's all perishable skill. Whether you're shooting 3-pointers, whether you're shooting hoops or whatever. It's all perishable skills, so they need to be maintained. And then if you want to go beyond the maintenance plan, you can always push a little further beyond the maintenance plan. That's right, yeah. And then become the best you can be. Be all you can be. So we're doing 1 2 3 4, and I'm working on 1 E and a 2 E, so a 4 attacks per beat. So we've got a couple of new Jeremy Fry here. No, Freebird. Morning, Jeremy. Stupid autocorrect. LOL, I hear you. Come on now, give me some sugar. Yeah, there it is. Wish I could sing it with you. Yeah, it's a good one, isn't it? It's it's probably one of Tom Petty's greatest albums. Did you see the Rick Rubin did some work on that. Did you see the documentary film about that record? I forget where I saw it, maybe on Netflix or Prime or something like that. But if you can find if you haven't seen the Wildflowers documentary yet, it's really, really good. It's probably one of the greatest, one of the better music documentaries I've seen. But they're all good, you know what I mean? You know, they're all good in their own standard. Freebird, average stance hit haver. No Freebird. Tango and ska. Yeah, play the ska, that's right. Toccare la dance the guitar. Dance the ska. How about I enjoy you, my friend. Have a great day. Off to work you go. So overrated. Well, you could make guitar your work. could make your guitar your work. But I think, you know, we all do our civic obligations, whether it's serving in the armed forces, accounting, taking the garbage out. It's all part of this whole process. So I hope you have a super day at work, whatever it is you do, and we'll see you around again. I really appreciate you stopping by and getting Honeybee rolling for us this morning. Sorry for my request. I'll ask serious question. What's your favorite Tom Petty acoustic song? My mom loves Tom Petty. Do you ever just smell your guitar? Yeah, I do actually. This one is actually, it's you can see it's a bear claw pattern. You know, it's sort of like a sought after sort of, you can see the crack in it, which is really disappointing. And it carries through over to here, which is a real bummer, and it carries through over to there, which is another real bummer, and it carries all the way through over here. Oh, dude, I cried. I almost cried. I didn't quite cry, but I thought about it. But it's bear claw, it's Sitka, right? And it's a really nice piece of wood on the top. You know, it's mahogany back and sides, so pretty nice job on the book match there, huh? I mean, take a look at that book match. Oh no, it's not book matched. There's no seam in it, right? You can see that there's usually a tape running down the back. That's all one piece of mahogany right there, right? So that's kind of a rare bird, I guess, isn't it? And then you breathe into it, and then you smell it. Yeah, it smells kind of like old tires or something for some reason. But Morgan did this guitar for me. It's a great guitar. A lot of people play them, you know. And then a lot of people don't play them, you know what I mean? So it's up there it is. Just got to get the fingers in the right place. So where were we? Let's go ahead and do the 1, 2, 3, 4 diagonal pattern. Oh, did you notice the binding too? It's maple binding. Yeah, and then it's maple binding, and then wow, you noticed that? You can see that from the phone. It's maple. It's all maple, right? So there are 1, 2, 3. 3 strips of really, really thin white. 2 strips of really, really thin white, sort of sandwiching that blue, and then there's the maple strip going around. It's a really cool guitar, and then this is, you know, I'm not quite sure what the binding is on the neck, but I do think it's, I'll have to check it out. I'll have to give him a call. But do you ever just, it's really cool to feel this guitar. The scale length is a little longer than normal. So for me, I like the 25, you know, the shorter scale guitars. Hey, Wonderwall. Yeah, all right, stick around. All right, so you just met Kevin Haas. Mr. Haas is with the Blue Wrench. He's the live chat moderator, so we can thank him for being here, keeping the chat light and lively, and introducing and accommodating new guests. He's very, very good at what he does, and very, very nice man, you know. So if you get a chance to say thank you or say hello to Kevin and strike up a conversation about guitar, this is a good place to do that. And then once again, it sounds like I might be going quickly. I just saw, I think I just saw Jill Bourgeois is in the house. So we could easily do one of these. Just 2 attacks per beat, or even 1 attack per beat. And this affords to see when we do 1 attack per beat, it's not like we're slowing down, because we have more of the world to absorb in real time when we slow things down. If I slow it down enough, then I'm going to be able to focus on down, and keeping the pick as close to either side of the string as possible, then I can really focus on getting my game together. You know, angling, my pick angle is really important. It's important to me because that's how I shape my tone, my whatever it is, good or bad, it's how I shape my tone. So there you go. Do other guitar players talk about that? Like world-class guitar players talk about that? Yes, they do. But we can start by observing that 1, 2, T, 4, and then down, up, and then trying, you know, shooting for the pick is as fluid in motion as possible, right? It's like we're soaring with the pick. We have all this space in which to observe our movements. And also, if I have any tension building up in my body anywhere, I want to be able to remember to breathe and mitigate or completely eradicate that tension. I don't want any tension living anywhere in my body. It's bad juju. So we want just really nice and easy. Quarter notes are harder for me to practice than see, and it goes away. It all goes away once I start to harbor tension in my body. It just makes that little bit of tension impacts the entire system, right? And is it okay for the tension to be there? Yeah, I mean, it's got, you know. But once I'm aware of the tension, then I can start to do something about it. The trick is when I don't observe that there is any tension, there is any problem. I'll go years and not observe that there is actually an issue, and then the next thing you know, I show up to my massage therapist, and she says, your legs are sitting this way, and your torso is sitting this way. Do you feel like that's normal? And I said, yeah, what do you mean? And then I look down and my legs are going this way and my body's going this way. So it is important to make those workplace adjustments from time to time, just to care for our own person over time. Just we don't want to get locked into workplace injury, you know what I mean? So it's worth noting. So let's go ahead and start. We started with minor pentatonic shape number 1. On Monday. Yesterday we did some shape number 2. Today we'll do a little shape number 3, and we're starting with, let me just face the camera here. So we'll face you and just give you the lowdown. It's 3 fingers, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3. This is one that's totally overlooked. 1 and 3. So you see how my first finger stretched back to grab that 1 on the, we're in position number 9. 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, but then I'm doing 1, 3 again, but this time that first finger's got to get back to fret number 8. And then by the time I'm back to fret number 9, or the B string, I'm back into position with 1, 4, and then 1, 3 on the top. So super simple. 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, stretch 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 4. Wow. You say it for me. 1, 4, 1, 3. and then we descend, we ascend in pitch. I know it looks like we're going down toward the ground, so we would say going down, but that's actually up in pitch. So I refer to pitch as we travel the guitar. I don't know, this is kind of funny. Let's see what this does. I don't know if this is this I guess is a thing people do. I guess they're only going to let me put it in a place that's blocking my face. So maybe we'll put it over here. You know what I think we're going to do? I think we're going to get rid of it. Yeah, get rid of that thing. So let's go ahead. 1 and 2 and 1, 3, 1, 3, stretch, 1, 4, 1, 3. Stairway. John Risman, good morning. Hey, you're back. I remember you. Vivek, hey, I saw your photograph of Everest the other day on the airplane. What a great video, Vivek. What a great shot. I remember there was a I remember when I first started reading like John Krakauer and some of the accounts on Everest, just for some reason as an American, I felt like I really wanted to get over there and climb Everest. I don't know what it was about. I think it was to prove, I don't know, why do people climb Everest? I guess because it's there, I guess, right? But I had something to prove. I had all of that young energy and then that wonder about the world in which I live. So I built a lot of my life around making preparations to get there on a team. So it took years of preparation. Every other day we were climbing in the whites, and every other weekend we had 50 pounds on the pack. If I didn't have all the gear, I'd fill up 2-liter soda bottles with water and just stuff all of those in my pack, and then put as much weight as I could in there and just train at 6,500 feet. But anyway, that's an old story. So we've got this really nice pentatonic system. So let's talk just for a second about this pentatonic system and what is actually happening here. Hey, Robbie's in the house. Good morning. So stairway, yeah. Oh, here's shape number 3. We just did the shape. Shape number 2. Shape number 1. Shape number 5. Do you ever just kind of like noodle around with those kinds of songs? Those tunes are just really great to play because we know them as well as nursery rhymes, right? So we can just sit around and wait for those things to come together. How many of you are actually actively working on the pentatonic system? Are all of you Do you all have all 5 pentatonic shapes memorized? I know there were a few of us a few days ago that didn't have all of them memorized, but if there are patterns that you wanted to talk about, not at all. Okay. Let's take a look at what I like to do with that then. Because today we're starting with position number 3 or shape number 3. I'd like to take a look at just focusing only on shape number 3. And I wanted to take a look, you know, and here's the root note on the A minor pentatonic now. I'm trying to work them together horizontally, that's good. When I'm working a shape, I'll try to remember the basic pattern of the shape, but this is also considered warm-up for me. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for all of those pieces, the 1-3, 1-3, 1-3, and then the stretch 1-3 and 1-4, 1-3, right? I'm going to just work only on maybe on rolls, or just moving back and forth between maybe work all the way up and down this shape. Maybe what I'll do is, what if I started turning this into a sweep picking exercise? So I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm only going to attack each string one time. So you see what happens when we go down? I approach down, the ascending stroke or the downstroke, right? If I pluck that top string, I'm also going to pluck the top string on the way down. So let's see how we get around that. There's a workaround for that. So instead of, I'll just turn around right here, right? Whoop, got all that messed up. So 1 and 2 and T and 4 and. So let's see, low E. So instead of hitting that downstroke here on the top string, I'm just going to skip over that and start my upstroke. And then here I'll start my downstroke. Instead of hitting the string twice. So it'll be a little bit of a turnaround, but there will be a required amount of practice there to get that right. So we're talking about, we made it through all of the 1, 2, 3, 4 exercises. We did the 1, 2, 3, 4, the linear, the non-linear, the multi-string, in which incorporates string skipping or a string. And then let's see. And then we also worked through the entire, we parallel planed that pentatonic shape, shape number 3. All the way down the guitar note. But what I like to do every day if I'm working with a specific shape, what I like to do is just sit around in that shape and see what I can create for licks. And just kind of make sure that I'm disciplining myself to stay in that one pattern. But that's all the time that we have for this morning. So the great news here is that I wanted to ask you, how many of you stayed for another half hour or some additional time yesterday because you were here with me all last year and we were conditioned to being here for 1 hour, and a half hour goes by just like that. Did you stick around and keep playing or practicing until the bottom of the hour, or how does that work? Are you getting enough of what you need out of a half hour? And I'd love to hear any of that feedback, so feel free to share away. I'll hang out for a second, although it is time for us to get moving. Didn't you have a PDF on all the shapes? I did have a PDF on all of the shapes. If you would like a PDF on all, I have multiple PDFs on all of those shapes and connecting them and all of those things, those beautiful things. If you would like one of those PDFs for free, you can email me at grow@jasoncareyguitar.com. Anytime you'd like, let me know and I will email it to you personally and put you on the email list. All right. Have a great day, everyone. Until tomorrow, and liking it. Thank you. Excellent. Good feedback, Jill. Thank you. Working them all horizontally. I know 3 and growing. Excellent. Excellent. In the middle of learning them. Good. All right. Did I miss anybody? Lex, John. All right. We had a pretty good session today, and we'll look forward to another pretty good session tomorrow. So I warm up until 8:30. Good man. Good man. We'll see you guys tomorrow. And until we meet again, I wish you all happy picking.